you guys R&B, blue-eyed soul, but yet You Better Run, Come On Up, Love Is a Beautiful Thing. The rock songs.
Well, we always had there was a rock part of us and an R&B part of us, See, Felix and me came from, New York City. We were always aware of all the great R&B artists, I mean, all the black artists that were around. I mean, that's who we learned from.
Right.
All the great drummers and everything. So, I mean, I brought that with me, as did Felix. I mean, Felix was a Ray Charles, crazy about Ray Charles. And Smokey Robinson from the Miracles, the early Motown stuff. If you think about it, Felix sings a lot like Smokey. I mean, there's a lot of him, Smokey Robinson and Felix, And he just brought all of that stuff into his own style. And we just knew all this stuff. So, I mean, we had to bring that into a band and use it. But yet we loved what the Beatles would do. When they came over here, they just blew everything away. And the rock part of us still remained. So, it's just kind of eased itself into what it was. There was an R&B side of Rascals, but yet the rock side also.
Carry Me Back rocks so hard that it almost distorts. It distorts
Carry
my
Me Back?
stereo. Yeah,
that was towards the very end. I think that was the last single we ever did. I think, but we were there was a direction that we were looking to get more into, was the gospel direction. Because that we were kind of getting ready to leave Atlantic at that point. Our contract had been up. They weren't too thrilled with what we were doing because we were all, psychedelicized and out. We were going into weird stuff, and there was a lot of that stuff on our later albums that just wasn't commercial anymore. So Atlantic didn't really want us to do that. So we were trying to think of an alternative to that, and it was going to go into the gospel area. But even that, it was kind of time that it just wasn't working anymore, and the band wasn't getting along great. So just one thing after another, and it just didn't work out. But we were headed towards gospel, more gospel-orientated music,
Groovin', you played the conga drums?
Yeah, Groovin', we did that. We actually did that on 4 tracks, believe it or not.
And you played the congas on that?
Yeah, we did it in a little studio, and we were talking about it. Eddie and Felix had been working on something. They were living together at the time on 79th Street. And they came in one day and they said, we've been working on this lyric thing and we got this idea. And Eddie said to me, let's make it like a summer park thing where what do you hear in a park, when you're in there? What do you hear? You hear flutes, you hear congas, bongos, the sounds, you hear birds and stuff like that. So all this stuff we took into consideration. And I figured, let's put it, I'll play a conga, simple. I mean, it's the worst conga drum part ever recorded in the entire history of recording. I mean, it was so dumb. I mean, it was just nothing. I didn't play conga at all. I just, bum, bum, bum. That's it. That was the whole part.
But what you played on that record is a sign of a great drummer, because a lot of drummers would go, I'm not playing that stupid conga drum part on the record.
Yeah, maybe I had the balls to just do it.
As great as you are, you said, okay, I'll do this. If this is what makes the record great,
it was totally,
I'll do it.
Total simplicity, But for that particular record, it was probably the right idea, and
probably. How long was it #1?
Oh yeah, it did well. Yeah. Groovin' was cool. Groovin' was a.
Don't be so damn humble. Come on.
No.
I just said Dino Danelli.